STEM session. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another today's another live STEM session. Hello, Krishna. Hi, Sakshi. Hi, Satish. I guess we can wait for 5 minutes and then we can start. Hi, Hussein. Okay. So today you are going to, or we are going to do something exciting. Okay. But before we start, I have a few questions to ask you all. Okay. Uh, have you, or what does a DC motor mean? In Does anybody tell me in a simple terms, like what does a DC motor mean? Okay, it's a fan motor. Okay, Satish, I am there to answer for that only. So, okay, in simple terms, if I say, then DC motor is a machine that converts, okay, electrical energy into a mechanical energy, or mechanical energy into electrical energy. Okay, so it basically works on the principle where, the current carrying conductor in any magnetic field, okay, experiences a force which will create a motion, or it will generate the electricity. Okay, so that is the principle of a DC motor. Okay, so does anybody know, like, who invented also the DC motor? Does anyone have any idea, like, who invented this DC motor? Okay, Abhishek, no. No. Satish, no. Okay, I'll only say now. DC motor was invented by William Sturgeon, okay, in 1832. So, can now anybody say that, okay, a mechanical energy can really turn into an electricity? Like, can you just type yes or no for this question? Like, do you think can any mechanical energy will really turn into an electricity? Is that possible? Can you just say yes or no in the chat box? Okay, okay. So we are getting a mixed now, answers. So to, you know, uh, today only to deliver you the right answer for this, I'll be showing you a hand crank generator using a very simple materials, and you will get the answer to this question. Okay. So let's start making a hand crank generator. Okay. Okay. So as you all see, there are different kinds of materials that are being placed over here. Yes. So I'll be using some, these materials to make our hand crank generator. Okay. Into which I'll be first introducing what each material is known as. Okay. So can you just see that there are different size of sunboard pieces that I have kept over here? Yes. Okay, so we will be using this different, pieces of sunboards to make our hand crank generator. We will be also using this LED light. Okay, there a wooden stick is also required. There is a DC motor and a pulley being attached to it. Will be also requiring a thread, will also be requiring the two red wires, a glue, and a straw. Okay, and also as usual we'll require this knife and two-way tape to attach all the sunboards, right? Okay, so let's start making first the base. Okay, I'll keep all these materials aside, and first we will just create a base, which I have already done. Okay, so this is the base which I am going to take. Okay, this base is of a diameter 11 centimeter by 6 centimeter. Okay, now I'll be using this two circular disc, okay, which I already cut it before, and it is of a different diameters. Okay, so the small this circular disc which you are seeing is of a 10 centimeter in diameter. Okay, whereas this bigger circular disc which you are seeing is of a 12 centimeter in diameter. So as you know that I have said it is in 12 centimeter diameter, and this is of 10 centimeter in diameter. Can anybody tell me, like, what would be the radius for this bigger circle and what would be the radius for this small circle if this uh, ra- uh, bigger circle is of a radius of 12 centimeter? Can anybody tell me the measurement? Okay, so can I say that the radius for this bigger circle will be how much? 6 centimeter if the diameter is of 12 centimeter, and for this smaller circular disc the radius will be of 5 centimeter if the diameter is 10 centimeter. Yes, now we will be using this two long circular disc as well as the small disc to make a crank, a hand crank. Okay, so how do we make that now? First, so we will be first I'll be using this first circular long disc. Okay, in that I will be joining, okay, with the glue, with the help of the glue I'll be attaching this small disc on the top of it. I hope everyone is able to see it properly. So I'll be applying the glue on the top of the, you know, on the top of this first circular disc. Okay. And now I'll be attaching what? This small circular disc. Sorry. Can you see how did I assemble the bigger circle and on the top the smaller circle? Yes? Okay. The same way, I'll attach this another circular disc on the top of the smaller disc with the help of what? The glue. Okay. Now, can you see this a sandwich like structure where the smaller disc is in the middle of the two larger disc? Yes. So now this is the first part which we have made it ready, and it is known as what? A hand crank. Okay, now before attaching it, okay, I'll be using another two rectangular pieces of a size 9 by 5. Okay, this is of a size by 9 by 5, which I'll be attaching parallel to each other. Okay, so now I will make a hole in the center of the disc. Okay, this hole should be in such a way that it passes through all the three disc. Okay, through all the three sunboard pieces. So slowly and gradually, with the help of what, a wooden stick, I'll try to what, insert this stick into the three sunboard pieces. You can use a knife or sharper objects, to make it a bigger hole. Okay, in the same way, I'll make a hole at the top of this small, the sunboard which I have used parallel to each other. From the top, you can measure it up to like 1 centimeter, and you can just make a small hole over there. Or you can do one thing is, you can just keep your will over here. Okay, and according to the center point which is there, you can just draw the hole. On the same way, I'll be doing it for the another cardboard. Okay, I'll be making, as you can see, I'll be making a hole on the top of it. Okay, you can see it on the top. Okay, on the same way, I'll be making it on the another side. Just see to it that both the holes are parallel to each other. Okay, so that this stick gets into a proper alignment. Now I'll be inserting so make the holes, as you can see, I'm inserting this will into the this wooden stick. So make this two holes which you can see over here, okay, with this two sunboard kits, okay, a sunboard rectangular pieces. Make a hole in such a big way that it should, uh, rotate very easily, you know. It should not be fit, it should be very flexible, and it should rotate very easily. Okay, now I'll be inserting this, and I'll be passing. Okay, now I'll be, again inserting this wooden stick from one rectangular piece to the wheel which we have made, and we'll be passing it through both the rectangular pieces. Okay, now can you see that this wooden stick is getting rotating? Like it should rotate like this easily. Okay, if you feel it is still hard, you can make it a bigger circle. You can even use to make it more bigger the knife, okay, so that it is easily movable. I'll just show you again. And 450, okay, can you just check how movable it is? Yes. Okay, now I'll be same attaching this wheel. So as you see, you can see this pulley, that has been, also inserted in the center, and it is located in the center between the two, this sunboard rectangular pieces. Now we will be joining all the three. Okay. Okay. So can you see like how this has been attached and how this pulley has been easily rotating it? Right? How did I fix it? It should be like, the two holes of this two rectangular pieces should be big enough so that easily this wooden stick gets in, into it, and easily the pulley can be rotated. Okay. So now I'll be joining now the DC motors. Okay, I'll be placing a DC motors. Now I'll be, attaching a DC motor on the parallel side of this what hand crank. Okay, I have made it into a high piece so that the DC motor, can stay at an upright position. Okay, okay. Keep it in a parallel direction and somewhat near so that it's easily movable. Okay, but also see to it that this circular disc should not rotate. So I'll join this DC motor with the help of a two-way tape. Okay, I'll stick this DC motor, and you can also see there is a pulley that has been attached to it. Okay, now I'll be uh, inserting this LED light into this straw. Okay, and we'll be joining it with the two red wires. Okay, to produce what the electricity. Okay, but before joining this LED wires, okay, you need to cut this straw into a little bit of a triangular shape so that you can insert both the legs of the LED into it, and inserted it like this. Okay, and spread the two legs of the LED a little bit and join the wires. Okay, so as you can see that I have joined the two wires. Okay, on the and you can also see that there are the two legs of the LEDs. One is of a longer length and one is of shorter length. So in the longer length of the LED leg, okay, we'll be joining a positive wire, and on the shorter length of the LED we will be joining the negative wire. Okay, and now I'll be connecting these two red wires through this DC motor. But before attaching this, now I have just cut the two wires. Okay, the two ends of this positive wire and the negative wires, and now I'll be inserting into the straw. Okay, like this, and we will be removing out these two wires outside. And just so can you just see that how did I, pulled out the red, both the wires from the LED, and how this LED I have been attaching it to the straw. Yeah. Now I'll just, put again a two-way tape to, hold this straw, or you can use a glue. Okay. Okay. I can, I'll be attaching this straw with the LED wire, not in the center, okay, at the side of the corner of the this base sunboard. Okay, now I'll be joining these two wires to the DC motor. As you can see, I have joined this wires, okay, to the DC motor. Okay, now I'll be using a thread. Okay, now I'll be using this thread, okay, and and I'll be cutting it into that measurement. Okay, like I'll be inserting into the pulley, and okay, so I inserted from the top of the pulley the thread, okay, and from the base, okay, I have attached, I have taken it towards the pulley, and from the bottom of the pulley, we will be stretching this thread toward the top, okay, and now we will be what? Tying it over here. Now, where's my motor here? As you can see, okay, while stretching this thread is getting, is it? It is moving. So I'll be first, tying the thread. So first I'll fix this motor, okay, and then I'll tie the thread. I'll tie this thread tightly, okay, in such a way so that it does not get, opened up. Now, as you can see here, with the help of my this two-way. Okay. So now as you see, this motor is getting fallen off, repeatedly. I'll now first fix this motor with the help of now glue, because my two-way tape did not worked out. Okay. So now I'll be sticking with first this motor again with the glue. Okay, so that it gets sticked properly. And now I'll use this thread. I'll insert it from the down so that it gets, into the pulley, and stretch this thread as much as you can, it is possible to you, and tie it tightly. I am, stretching this thread. Okay, now I will cut the extra ends. Okay, so can you see how I have attached this straw with the LED, how I have attached this thread with the pulley as well as with our wheel. Okay, and now I will rotate. Okay, now here, even after, using this thread, I feel it is a little bit of what loose in connection. I'll try to make another thread, okay, which is tight. Yeah, we can also use rubber band, Manish. But as I don't have a rubber band, I'll be using this thread right now. So you all have seen that how I used this thread again, okay, and how I inserted this thread from the bottom, and I just, passed on with the pulley, and again I'll be, connecting it, and now I'll be trying to, keep it tightly. I'll try to connect it with this thread tightly. Okay. 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 Now I'll just rotate. Okay. This. Uh. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. I feel somewhere some connection is loose for me. Can you just see the blinking of this LED? Now, as I'm, giving more force towards this hand crank, it is a little bit of, blinking. The LED is little bit blinking. It has started blinking. With more force, if I rotate, okay, it will, you will see what the LED light is blinking. Yeah. Can you see? Okay. Okay. So now what did you all observe? Were you able to see the LED light that was been blinking? Okay. So were you be able to see how I was, cranking faster, and after that the LED light was also blinking more, faster? So can anybody now tell me, like, what kind of an energy conversion happened uh, in this activity? Can anybody name it? What kind of energy conversion did you see? Okay. Were we able to see that there was a mechanical force that was being applied by my hand to this cranker, to this wheel crank. So can I say that this is one of the energy, mechanical energy, that is being worked over here? Now when I'm applying a force towards this wheel, okay, it is what getting transformed through this motor. Okay, so when it passes through this motor, okay, it will get convert into an electrical energy, which you will be able to see in this light. So there was three kind of an energy conversion that was happening. One is the mechanical energy, second is the electrical energy, and third is the light energy, which you were able to see in the LED bulb. Yeah. So I have now one a challenging question, okay, for you. That is, if a large wheel, okay, of a diameter 40 centimeter is being connected with the belt to a small pulley of 10 centimeter. I'm talking, if you take this large wheel of a diameter of 40 centimeter, and if it is connected with a belt to this small, pulley of a 10 centimeter, okay, what, or like how many full turn, okay, per second you will observe when this small pulley gets rotated, like in 1 second. Okay, so you have to answer this question in our next session. Until then, thank you all for joining, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fun STEM activities. Okay, see you next time.